Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right in my living room with my cat at my side, doing what I do for you. Yeah, I'm a cat lover. So what? Calm down. Let's go. Rather than 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message of story. Message for life. These are life lessons I'm giving them. Hope you appreciate them. You tuning in. So let's go. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate all individuals to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Know yourself a little bit better. I know me. Right thinking is way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal to obtain spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. Right thinkers, that should be yours to know who you are through gaining knowledge and manifesting it for yourself. That's knowledge. Wisdom comes through experiencing it. Then you become wise. Next one is the question. You know you? Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they even know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not but know they don't know not is simple. I can teach you tuning. That's why I do what I do for you. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know dangers, avoid them. I do. You should too. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I can wake you up. I got knowledge of self that will help you do just that. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers. Know thyself. And to Maya, be true. You got to have balance in your life. So always give respect and maintain. That's called God consciousness. Being aware of God. He's Alpha and Omega in your life. That means you should wake up with Him and go to sleep with Him on your mind. That'll hold you accountable. It's called spiritual discipline. Speak of spirituality. Let's talk about psychic awakening. Psychic awakening. It's just like spiritual awakening, but with more clarity, more understanding, because it's psychic. No, it just means from the mind. Same thing. But I'll play the game. I can break it down for you. Let's go. When you have your psychic awakening, it's from what? You living right, doing right, and being right on a day-to-day basis, and something will happen. You will transform like a caterpillar. If he don't get to the cocoon, put itself in the state of transformation, he'll never become a butterfly. So all human beings are not going to become psychic awakening. They're not going to have the awakening. Why? They're going to be satisfied doing whatever they're doing, or they're going to be ignorant to the fact that what they should be doing, so they can go through life, again, ignorant. Psychic powers, mind game, are your God and goddess aspects of your personality, aka yourself. We hear psychics telling people about this, and that's not what psychic means. Psychic is having mental powers to know or to see into the past or the future. We have our brain works on a memory base or imaginary base. Psychic power taps into the imaginary base. We call it Akashic records, whatever you want to call it, intuitive knowledge, but it's all in the brain, but it's all have to be what? Acquired, have to be practiced, have to be put to the test, so to speak. You have to use it, manifest it to see if it works. Before I implement any philosophical concept, to my right thinkers, I'm test driving it. I use my psychic powers to what? Enlighten my right thinkers to themselves. I'm not going to try to sit here and predict nobody's future or tell you about a whole bunch of nonsense. I don't have time for that. But I can tell you about yourself. I explain to you how you can be your best self. That's how I use my psychic powers. Psychic mastery is self-mastery with knowledge and understanding of self. Your psychic powers are your spiritual awakening knowledge. Use it for the benefit of bettering yourself A lot of people get the psychic power and have people believe they're a little bit better, they're a little bit smarter. I can tell you about you. I can tell you a bunch of things about you. That's just me being observant and maybe using my psychic power for the way it's intended to see what other people don't look at. The inner person, the soul, the spirit of the person. That's the part of the third eye. Oh, I ain't got my eye on. I'm about to poke my chest out with the eye. I forgot. I got the other one on. All right, but that's the concept. Right thinking philosophy is mental. So that means psychic knowledge is self-knowledge. The mind have to be fed information that you can interpret, comprehend, and then manifest what you get from it and see do it pan out. If it don't make sense, if you give me a concept philosophically and it don't make sense, I'm going to dismiss it. All my philosophical points of views do one thing. They all got the same thing in common. It makes sense. Truth don't have to be dressed up. Truth don't have to be, no. Truth is what it is. I serve it pure. Psychic awakening is what? Mastering your intellect by coming knowledgeably involved with learning things that's going to help you become a better you and then manifest them for yourself. Some people, I ain't follow right thing. He think he all that. He all, no, I'm just giving information. And yeah, I am all that. But that's not the point. Ego. See, we all have it. He creeps in every now and then. If I don't control him, he'll take over and I'll be out here wilding out. All right? Right thinking philosophy masters, all those who master yourself, you're armed with what? Psychic powers. And now you know how to use them for the benefit of yourself. Some of us might want to go into the hustle game and start telling futures and reading palms and tarot cards. That's fine. That ain't my thing. I gain the knowledge to use and to gain, to have, to use, to help other people use it. I spread it. I give it to others as best I can. I have my psychic powers under control. That's self-mastery. Again, just like emotions, just like anything else. Once you control it, that's self-mastery. Thinking is what you should really want to control. Psychic awakening is intuitional knowledge. There's a subconscious that we got 90% of our brain, we just have void, don't have a clue. But those of us who know how to tap into it, you can go into that realm and get and pick out anything you want. It's like a smorgasbord of knowledge and understanding. But you gotta know how to get into the club. Got that or not. Okay? Next one. There we go. All right, here we go. Back to lesson. The voice, inside your head is psychically talking to you. Listen and learn from it. Let it be your guide. Once you tap into you, there's only one thing in you. That's divine. That's goodness. That's God. When you bring in what you want, don't blame that on God and don't blame it on the devil. Take responsibility. It's you. Sorry about that. Here you go. Back to the lesson. I get excited about that. Now, I exercise my psychic powers daily. It's my way of life. It's right thinking philosophy personified. I'm doing what I need to do for me. In order for me to do that, or in order for me to do what I do for you, I have to do for me first. I'm just saying. My intuitional knowledge is my psychic awakening. I've been knowing this for years. I know this. I live this. So I'm teaching it from a perspective of knowing. When you're psychically aware, you're in touch with your higher self, aka God. The essence of you is God. Spirit that dwells in you is God. I'm moving on. Let's go. We are all psychics, what? In training. How? By learning ourselves, you become psychically involved. You're thinking, you're comprehending, you're learning, you becoming observant. And then you can tap into the higher power. Ignorance don't get to the higher power. Psychic awareness is what? Practicing right thinking philosophy daily until what? Until you master it. Psychic awareness is you having a spiritual transformation from ignorance to knowledge, darkness to light. Dark gonna always be dark. Light had to find its way. You have light. You use it. It only shines in the dark. Dark is dark. Ignorance, we're gonna stay ignorant. You have to make something happen. Ignorant don't want nothing to happen. It's called chaos. Another lesson. Where we at? There you go. When you know yourself, that means you have become psychically aware of who you are. Hence, you have gained knowledge. You became aware of yourself through what? Studying and living. That's the only way it's going to happen. You can't wish it, you can't think it, you can't hope it, or buy or sell it. Right thinkers, you will learn to use your psychic powers for the good of yourself. Alistair Crowley took all that knowledge that he obtained and gained and flipped it for evil. That's too easy. But guess what? There's a price to pay for that. And if you're wise, then you won't make that decision. If you're ignorant and think you're smart, you do that, guess what? You still got to pay the price. You reap what you sow. It don't change for the smart or the ignorant. Don't make a difference. To be psychically aware means you know you. I'm psychically aware because I know me. Practice makes perfect. I ain't there yet, but I'm still practicing. Last one, I'm about to wrap it up again. I appreciate you tuning in, but these lessons seem to get a little longer. I don't know what's going on, but I hope they're getting to you. Hope they're making a point. Right thinking philosophy teaches you how to use your psychic powers. Knowing thyself through knowledge and knowing the God and God's aspects of your personality will give you a whole bunch of insight on how to do and what you should do with knowledge and understanding for yourself. Psychic powers are dangerous if what? Used for the wrong reason. I just told you, Alistair Crowley, we got a bunch of bad guys who took it and misused it. The choice is yours. Why? Because you can do that, but there's some consequences that come with that. The same way you get blessed by doing the right thing, you're going to be punished by doing the wrong thing. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I'm psychic. No, but I don't use my powers, my second power to profit and play games with money, for money. I tell you, Trevor, I ain't got time for that. I tell you, do the right thing. That's about as much as I'm giving you. Other than that, I give my lessons, answer questions, and put it out there for you. I don't have time to have you calling me and nonsense about doing this. You said that. I'm just a messenger with information that once you get it, you can do what you want with it. Okay, I'm fully aware that at this point. I use my psychic powers to teach others how to use it for themselves. Hence, teacher, sage concept. I obtain knowledge. I acquire knowledge. Okay, this is what I do for you. I went back into my archives. I'm bringing old stuff that I was doing 10 years ago because it's prevalent now. So it's all good. Still relative. Truth stays the truth. It don't change. Let's go. I'm about to wrap it up again. I appreciate you. Psychic knowledge is spiritual knowledge lived day by day until it becomes a routine and a way of life. Now you're a different person. I am, so they say. Having psychic powers are for those who earn it, gain it, and live it, but more important, respect it for what it is. It's a tool that you can use to better yourself, and if you use it the proper way, you can pass it on to someone else and teach them how to use the same tool of knowledge of self to better themselves. That's called giving back. That's called right thinking. I'll be back. I got more.